Alright, so before I start this video off, I'd like to give a shout out to Tiago's Tunes. Go subscribe to him if you can. He's trying to get 250, but let's really disappoint him and give him 1,000,000 instead. Alright, so here's some of my prior thoughts on Third's the Word. It's a series premiere, so I'll be looking at how it sets up the show and introduces us to this new world, you know? God, forgot that existed. I like the animation, let me just get that out of the way. It's wacky, it's expressive. The one nitpick I have is that the frame rate is a bit fast and hard to follow. It doesn't really fit the comic book format the series is going for, and it doesn't give the viewer enough time to read the speech bubbles. But hey, it's the first episode. This is future me, I'm on episode 5 now. Every episode has the same animation style and it's kind of grown on me. Looking at it as the very beginning of the show, I think it's a neat introduction to these characters. Some of it genuinely caught me off guard, like I didn't expect there to be any instance of swearing in this, but here we are. Speaking of being caught off guard, let's talk about the comedy for a second. It works. It works really well. There's a few duds, but also a ton of genuinely good jokes in there. I like how the time cards have a little panel in them. Stuff like that I think really captures the theme of the show. Then we got a fourth wall break about the teacher having almost the same design as one of the kids. It's good stuff. Good episode. Alright, time to talk about episode 2, which has probably my favorite title in the whole series. This episode is based on a bit at the beginning of episode 1, coming back to bite our main character in the ass, basically. I love that it picks up directly where the first episode left off, so it's continuity driven just like Rush. A basic summary is that Felix has to push a cart up to the office. Lord knows that I've been there before. He gets his feet stuck in the cart because stick figure physics, accidentally passes the office and rolls down some steep hill in the middle of the hallway that leads into the kitchen, so he ends up crashing through the kitchen door. Honestly, this one was a lot more fun than what came before it. Putting it above Third's the Word. Okay, the main guy's face looks disgustingly off-model here, and it's bothering me way more than it should. So the episode opens up with another joke about the unhinged doors, and the hallways now just being door frames as far as the eye can see. I like some of the smooth animation in this, like Felix glasses popping off, and then him passing out afterward, or Miss Dove just going freaking insane. The episode also brings back some running jokes, like the Jinx thing. Not as good as 2, but better than 1. Putting this one in between them both. Here's the ranking so far. I just want to say, this show's reminding me a lot of Diary of a Wimpy Kid, if it had a slightly more adult tone like South Park, just kids being kids. In this one, the students go on strike because the school lunches, well, I'll let him speak. I like this one. Everything sort of comes full circle with the kitchen from the second episode and the school lunches looking really sucky as established in the first episode. It's nice to see the problem finally getting resolved in the end, and the school getting a new company to make this school lunches, putting it above physical education. So in this episode, Eric, Kyle, and Stan, the kids try getting Miss Dove fired. It's actually pretty creative, the way they go about it. So they go to the principal's office claiming the principal needed to see her for something, and she's fooled into cussing Felix out. For the creative concept alone, I'm putting this one at the top of the list above Doors Unhinged. I love the ones with the kids executing a plan, and then the next episode being the direct outcome of that. So Miss Dove's class gets a substitute teacher who just so happens to be the art teacher, and now he teaches both. This has got to be the funniest visual joke in the show thus far. Also, when it's brought back, we learn that this teacher is a very respectable man. Like, seriously, I love this guy. Putting up a low Doors Unhinged. Gotta say, I really enjoyed this series. For season 1 so far, the show just keeps on topping itself with every new episode. I legitimately struggle to find a proper place to put each one when ranking them. From what I've gathered, the show's best episodes seems to be the ones where the kids have these master plans and try setting them in motion and succeed. Then the next episode is the end result of this plan, sort of an aftermath. The episodes I placed lower on the list weren't even that bad. They were just weaker than the typical episode and I didn't laugh as much. But when the show shines, it really shines. Here's my ranking. Wrath of Teacher, Doors Unhinged, Permanent Substitute Teacher, Students on Strike, Physical Education, and Third's the Word. Yeah, I didn't like the first episode as much as the other ones. But that's just because the series gets stronger and stronger as it goes on. When the next 6 episodes come out, I'll do a ranking of the complete season with my updated thoughts on the previous 6 episodes. Stay tuned for that. And also, the trailer of the Rush movie is going to be coming out at the end of this year. But I'd like to close off with Tiago's Tunes. You made a damn good show.